guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks so much for clicking on this video. So a couple of weeks ago I asked you guys over on Instagram to drop me some questions because I was thinking about filming a Q&A video. So here is the video. But instead of just sitting down and answering questions like I did in my last Q&A, I thought we could kind of combine this with me playing with some new makeup, my favourite thing. So I've got a couple of new makeup bits that I wanted to try out, but I thought why not do that on here, on screen with you guys, so that you can see how the makeup kind of plays along as well. This is going to be the finished look once I'm done, so if you're interested then please make sure to keep on watching. But before I get into the video, of course I can't let you go before I let you know to subscribe. Have you subscribed? You over there, have you subscribed? Hit the subscribe button and join the fam gang. It would be lovely to have you on board. If you haven't as well, you can also follow me over on Instagram. I post on there quite regularly in between videos. Keep up with me, ask me a question, whatevs. It'd be lovely to have you on board. Otherwise, not too much rambling, not too much going on. I say otherwise a hell of a lot, don't I? I need to find another way of transitioning. So let's just get into the video. So as per usual, I have already done my eyebrows and primed my eyelids, and we're going to start with eyeshadow, of course. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use today is this one right here. This one is from Juvia's Place. It's called the Warrior palette. It is such a beautiful palette, you guys. Have a look at the colours. It's got the most gorgeous selection of kind of like golds and browns that are like perfect for any kind of a look. I can't wait to play with these. I've already kind of dipped in and swatched the shimmers at least, and they look so good, and I'm so excited to play around with this shade right here because it's like perfect transition colour, as in this palette is just like complete within itself, like for beautiful neutral goldy kind of look. So I can't wait with that. So let's just get started. I'm going to go in with a nice fluffy blending brush and start working in some colour into the crease. The only thing about this palette is that it doesn't have a mirror, so I'm just going to use the mirror in another palette that I've got. So I'm just picking up that shade called Kano, the one I said I can't wait to use, and I'm just going to start working that into my crease area. I have always wanted to get my hands on some Juvia's Place palettes, and when they dropped this one, I was like, oh my goodness, let me grab that. I also picked up the Nubian 1 and 2 palette as well, so we'll be playing with those also. The Masquerade palette always seems to be out of stock anytime I want to get it, so that's a bit irritating, but I will get it eventually. Oh, this is such a nice transition colour. It's kind of like a peanut buttery brown, but oh, just so nice. It's subtle. I don't even know whether you can see it on there on screen, but it's like the perfect brown. So one of the questions you guys asked is how is my YouTube journey so far? YouTube, as you guys know, I've been doing YouTube now for a year. And I stalled on doing YouTube for so long, almost like another year on top of that. I'm one of these people that overthinks things and doesn't want to do anything unless it's perfect, which kind of hinders me from doing things because I'm always worried about it not being good enough because I have quite a high standard on myself. So it took me a while to get started, but I've been doing it for a year now and I'm having so much fun. Consistency over the last few months has, as you guys know, been so erratic, and that's because, of course, I was pregnant, but my hormones just kind of sent me into, I don't even know what, oblivion. Like, I just didn't want to film, I didn't want to do anything, and I was very conscious of the fact that I wasn't putting out content. Even on my Instagram and things, like I would film videos and I have loads of videos that I filmed, but I would just look at it and I would be like, no, because my energy was low or I just didn't like how it came out. But I'm feeling much more positive about the journey going forward this year, the end of this year and into next year. I'm just going to do it. I think I've just said to myself now, like, to stop worrying so much about everything being perfect and everything being a certain kind of way, and just to do it. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. And I'm just so thankful as well for you guys that kind of join me here on YouTube, watch my videos, interact with me on Instagram and things like that. It just means so much to me that I'm not doing this on my own, although I am when I'm sitting in front of a camera kind of just talking to myself. But I really do feel like I'm talking to friends and guys that are also excited about makeup and things that and I'm also talking about and interested in it as well. So far so good. I am going to set myself some targets for next year, and I'm going to try and be way more consistent, especially now that I have extra time, quote unquote, around baby's sleeping pattern, to film some more videos now that I'm not in work all the time. Yeah, so I've laid down that transition colour, really subtle, really pretty, and I'm going to go into the dark brown shade. Let me just show you. Into that shade in the top corner. It's called Nino. The other colour was called Kano, by the way. And I'm just using a smaller, more detailed brush, and I'm picking up just a little bit of that, and I want to start working that into the outer V. Right at my crease, yeah. I love when a neutral palette has a brown that's dark enough, or a black. So this one is like a really deep brown, and it's perfect. It's not quite black, but it's deep enough for you to be able to create, you know, that smokiness and colour into the outer corner. So I'm very happy about that. So kind of related to the other question, I got another question saying, what motivates you to keep going with your YouTube channel? Do you have a full-time job? Yes, I do have a full-time job. Of course, I'm on maternity leave right now, but I do have a full-time job that I do Monday to Friday, which has nothing to do with makeup or anything remotely related to this kind of beauty sector. But what keeps me motivated is just kind of because I enjoy it. I mean, I spend my spare time talking about makeup and beauty and this kind of thing with anybody basically that will listen. Like if you stop me on the street and you want to talk about makeup, like I am there. So what motivates me to keep going is because I enjoy it, but also because I get the feedback from you guys that you're enjoying my videos. And over the past year when I've been kind of missing in action, I'm just switching brushes to get another, to blend the two colours together. When I've been missing in action this past year, so many of you have kind of reached out and been like, come on Olivia, where's your videos? Which kind of kept me motivated, but also let me know that I wasn't kind of doing this alone, and there were other people who were kind of also invested in this journey with me, which definitely helped me kind of kick back up and get my energy back up and start filming again. So again, thanks so much to you guys, because without you, this would all be a lie. I'm thinking I'm going to bring that colour in just a little bit more. I usually kind of just stop there, the dark brown, but I'm going to bring it all the way in and see if I can do like quite a defined cut crease. I'm just laughing at one of the other questions that I got, which was, are you a mug addict? Thanks, Madoni. Yeah, you must be watching my Insta stories very closely. I love a good mug. Oh, jeez. I love tea. Black tea, by the way, not milky tea. But a cup of tea is like bae. And I'm quite picky about the kind of mug that I put my tea into, because one cup, like one standard cup, is never enough for a cup of tea, right? So you always need a little bit more. But I like a nice sturdy mug, one that's quite thick and heavy. If you just get one of these light ones, you can't put it on the side and not have your tea go cold, because sometimes I'm not drinking it like all in one go. I'm kind of drinking, putting it down, doing something else, and I still want my tea to remain hot. So a big sturdy mug is basically what it's about, you know, like a heavy one. Yeah, so none of this like Luminark, I don't know, whatever, like a proper mug. I've just gotten into mugs not too long ago. Like, I don't even know what started this mug obsession, but now I'm like, yes, I need to build up like my collection of mugs, and I kind of want them to all be different, to kind of tell a different story. So I got a really huge giant pink one. That's perfect, even for Uji, like perfect mug. And then I went to my friend's house and basically told her I was leaving with this mug, the white and yellow one. Oh, such a nice mug, that one as well. Like, it's perfect for tea. Yeah, so if you see any good mugs out there, or you can let a girl know where she can get some good mugs, I'm ready, like, point me in the right direction. Okay, I'm gonna go in and carve out my lid, and I'm gonna use this Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I just mentioned in the last couple of videos that I'm not too sure about this concealer, so I'm kind of just trying to get through it. I'm going to use it to carve out my brows now, lid now. I hope it's going to do what I need it to do. That actually came out quite well. Enjoy that. Right, so for the lid, I think I'm going to go in, I can't decide. I either want to go with this colour right here, which is called Amina, or I want to go in with Dahoni. Let me just swatch the two of those so that you can see. So this is Amina and this is Dahoni. So Amina's kind of like a rose goldy kind of shade, and Dahoni's like a bronzy coppery kind of shade. I think I'm going to go in with Dahoni. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, but Amina looks so good. No, I'm going in with Amina. Okay, so another question that I got is, can you speak your native language? I think most of my followers are Kenyan, but if you're not, then I'm from Kenya. And we speak, our national language is Swahili, but also English. So, of course, I speak English, you guys know that, but my Swahili is what I call struggle Swahili. It's just a struggle out here. I kind of get by, but you can definitely tell that I'm not a quote-unquote native Swahili speaker. Like, I haven't grown up learning, speaking Swahili. So you can tell that, you know, I struggle over verbs and I just miss vocabulary here and there. And then also in Kenya we have tribal languages. And I speak neither of my tribal languages, neither because my mum and dad are from two different tribes. The Luya and Luo, but I just don't. I mean, it's terrible. I feel so actually cheated. I was, you know, let people know, like, I feel so cheated by my parents that I only know English. Like, come on, how is it that I don't know other languages? Like, it's so unfair, because I feel like most Kenyans know at least 3 languages. They'll know English, they'll know Swahili, and they'll know, like, or at least get by on their kind of tribal language. But I'm just here with English and, you know, struggling with Swahili and not knowing anything in the rest. So, yes and no. This is so, so pretty. The colour is, like, it's just popped on. It's so smooth. It's just what I needed it to be, you guys. It's just what I needed it to be. It's so yummy. So we're going to go ahead and blend. I feel as though, right, this palette hasn't got like a warm toned brown. And I feel as though I do want that to help that transition in on the outer corner. So I am going to go into another colour to do that. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going into some single shadows that I've got from Colourpop. I think this is the shade, hold on, let me just get the shade. Yeah, I'm going into the shade Facet. It's a single shadow from Colourpop. It's kind of like a red-y brown, and that's what I want to put here in this outer corner. Somebody else asked, teach us to contour please, and I have just very recently put up a highlight and contour routine video. So I'll just make sure to link it here. You guys go and check that out. It basically just my technique for highlighting and contouring. People do it in all kinds of different ways, but that's the way that I do it. So if you are interested in how I do my highlighting and contouring, then definitely check it out. Alright, on to face, and I'm going to try something new. I'm just going to go in with my NYX setting spray, and I'm just going to spray that all over my face, and that's going to act as a mattifying primer. And then so for foundation, I am giving the Pauline Cosmetics foundation another go. Last time I used this, I did so with a sponge, and I'm going to try it with a beauty blender this time. I'm just putting on one pump on the back of my hand. Yeah, and then just going to dab this on my face and then blend it out. I got another question asking when do I do my giveaways. I have done 2 giveaways on this channel so far, and I love doing giveaways, but they're never really something that I think out too much in advance. It's kind of just one day I'm like, oh, I feel like doing a giveaway. So they're never really timed or anything like that. But thanks so much to all of you who entered the last giveaway that I did. It's always just so much fun when I put together a little bundle and give it away, and to see just how happy and thankful you guys are, and to see what you think of the products once you get them. The smell of this foundation is still knocking me for 6. But I did get a message from Pauline Cosmetics, by the way. I did, and they said that they will consider taking out the scent, or at least reducing the scent, in the next batch that they do. And they did also say that they are increasing the shade range. So if you haven't found a shade match yet, then just keep your eyes out and just be a little bit patient as they work on the formulations of those new shades. Because they are going to be expanding the shade range, which is super welcome. Yes, I like what this looks like with a sponge. I used 1.5 pumps for my whole face, so it is still high coverage, but it looks really good. I like that a lot. Concealer, I want to go a little bit bright, so I'm going to go in with Makeup Revolution C12. Don't be alarmed. And then we're just going to use that same sponge to blend everything out. Alright, I had to take a mummy break because baby was hungry and needed feeding, so I've done that and now I'm back. Okay, so I was blending out my concealer. So time to set that now. I'm going to use my RCMA powder, which has been a favourite of mine of late. I got another question about how I match my foundation. So do you match it to your neck? Do you match it to, like, where do you match it to? And basically there are a couple of answers to that, and it really just depends on your skin and how your skin is kind of set up. I think I might do a whole separate video about this, but I think I've mentioned before, I match my foundation to the center of my face, which is quite similar in shade to my chest. So I think I might just do a whole separate video about that. I did do a video right at the beginning of my channel about matching foundation, about my foundation matches. Yeah, but I think I'll do a video on that, so just look out for that if you're interested to know how that works out. So time for blush, and I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. blush palette in the dark colourway. It looks like that, so many pretty colours in there. And I think I'm going to go in with that colour on the bottom, on the corner there. And these don't have names. And I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush to put this on. I just want a kind of light dusting. And then I'm going to go in to this colour next to it, because that one's got a little bit of kind of like gold shimmery in it, which might just add a nice rosiness to my cheeks. So I'm just going to top that on top. And for inner corner highlight, I'm going to go into the shade in the middle called Mami. It's like a champagne gold. Sorry, that's getting really washed out by the lights. But it is a really nice champagne gold. And I'm just going to pop that here on my inner corner to brighten up that. And then just sweep it slightly along my waterline at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to go on, whack on some lashes and put on some mascara, and then I'll come back to finish off my lips. Alright, so I'm back. I have lined my lips with a brown lip liner, and I'm going to go in first of all with the Ultra Glossy, and I'm going to go first of all in with this, is the Colourpop x e.l.f. Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Netta. And I'm just going to put this here, starting up in the centre of my lip. It's like a gorgeous caramelly fudge colour. And it is quite opaque, like it's got a lot of pigment in it. So, I'm going to spread that around my lips. Gorgeous. How lovely is that colour? But I do want just a little bit of glitz on top. So I'm going to go on top of it with this, which is the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Champagne Mami. Just to give it a little extra pop. This has got teeny tiny little iridescent flecks of glitter in it that kind of add to the juiciness and the fullness of the lip. Yes, feeling that. All right, so the final step is to set the face. You guys know. Just gonna go back with the NYX spray. Oh, yes. Alright guys, so that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out and learning a little bit more about me. Thanks so much for everybody that sent in the questions. I hope that you feel that I've answered them okay. If there's anything else you'd want to know, just leave me a comment down below and I'll definitely get back to you. And if you haven't already, of course, please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Otherwise guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!